Welcome back to the Tap 2 podcast. I'm your host, Stash, alongside my beautiful, charming, sexy demigod of a man, Jonas Clark. Say hi, Jonas.
Hi, Jonas. If I had to pick, I would pick Hephaestus. Seems like a fun guy to be the son of. I feel like you get a lot of toys on Christmas. So I would love to be a Hephaestian demigod. What about you?
We're coming out of the gate with a Hephaestus.
Why would not? Why not? Oh, sorry. I
Isn't
should have picked Zeus. I don't know what you want from me.
isn't Hephaestus like known for having like limp legs or some shit?
Yeah, I whoa. I think he's handy capable. All right, that's my opinion on Hephaestus.
I'm just give me my boy Poseidon. You know I'm fighting waves ever since I was a
Mhm,
kid.
mhm. All right. Okay.
We are back with episode 5. At the top of the episode, we're gonna say, please go follow the socials: TikTok, Instagram. The episodes are on Spotify. They're on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, go listen again after the episode on YouTube to
Yeah.
see the weird physical bits Jonas and I do while
Yeah.
just talking.
And we're also doing
Dude,
Spotify only bits. That's not true, but I wanted to lie for engagement.
for the audio listener, welcome to ASMR. Today's episode is really just probably the least rehearsed / least scripted episode we could think of.
Mhm.
We talked about books, we talked about video games, we talked about magic, we've talked about sports. We haven't talked about us, you
That's
know?
beautiful.
What are we?
Mm.
What are we? No, seriously, what are we? Is this a long-term relationship or
Oh, yeah. Stasha's live-in girlfriend walks up. Goes, what are you guys talking about up here?
Yeah, and we've got what a perfect episode to start that off with, because Jonas has since now looks like an official podcaster, right?
Yeah. A great friend of mine, another hunk of a man, said, "Hey, I've been loving the podcast, and I have a podcast mic. Would you like it?" And I said, "Yes, I would. In fact, love it." And then, don't tell my job, but I said, "Hey, could I expense a camera for video meetings?" And they said, "Of course you can, because you're doing so much real work." And I said, "Got him. Fucking got those idiots."
Yeah, and that's sticking it to the man.
Yeah.
Well, we were going to do sort of a year in review, but
Mhm.
we're 3 months into the new year, so we're going to save that for December 2026. I think this is
Totally.
just a better chance to get to know you and me. So, Jonas, do you want to talk a little bit about what we're going to be talking about in this episode?
Yeah, so I thought it would be, we discussed and we thought it would be a good idea for us to talk about like things that we've enjoyed over the past winter season. So we wanted to discuss things like what is the book that you've enjoyed the most? What is the video game that you got really into? Are there any shows, movies? And then we threw in a little something special, meals we've had, new ways to spend time, and what is more fun than hating things? So it's our favorite thing to hate on recently. Uh, we
The way
also
I came up with that so fast, like when you asked, I
yeah,
was like, I know I have my answer. Like,
there's no need to really discuss it at all, actually. And Stosh, you can cut this out if this isn't the case, but if it is the case, I'll say it. We were thinking about discussing some of our, as we both got into Magic, which was a big part of our last year. We were thinking about discussing some things about our Magic the Gathering journey, what we've been enjoying about the game, what we've been getting into, how we've been evolving through the game. And maybe if you are a person who enjoys Magic, or if you're someone who's looking to get into it, you can use some of those insights to help yourself out.
yeah, we've got 5 episodes now. This will be the 5th episode to just shoot the shit, test the chemistry, see if this whole podcast thing
Yeah.
really fits us.
Yeah, let's cancel it. We've been doing this about a month. Screw it. It's over now.
Yeah, we had a good run.
Yeah.
So, Jonas, before we called,
Mhm.
before we hopped on the recording, before we hopped in the booth,
Yes, our booths.
let's start with favorite game, because this was actually the hardest category for me.
Really?
And it was because so over the last, okay, all right, because this is going to be next episode, a
Okay.
little teaser. I am going to unleash on the gotcha gaming community and the birth of microtransactions. I hate them. But anyway, for anybody who doesn't know me, I stream a gotcha game for pleasure, I guess is like the way to put it. I don't know. Like not really, just because it got whatever. I genuinely believe that single player games are a lost art. So
Mm.
over the last winter season and the previous sort of journey of video games, my favorite game that I've played in the last couple months, Cyberpunk.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I started with Witcher 3 as my like single player game, and then I had so much fun just like researching monsters and figuring out how to kill them,
Yeah. Yeah.
that I never did the story. My friend was
Okay.
like, they were like, you have to do the story to progress, and I was like, but I'm hunting like hags. Like, why
Sorry.
why would I need to
Sorry.
do
So the
that?
kingdom or whatever is just in disarray. No one's
Yeah.
solving the big problems.
Yeah, well, we know Witcher 4 is coming out. I think 2027 is the plan. Sorry,
I don't
that's
I don't
the
trust CD Projekt Red to release anything. I don't respect them. I think they make incredible games. I don't trust them to release a game that's working when it comes out or that comes out on time. Those are the two things they can't seem to get right.
I was talking to Nick, a mutual friend of ours, this weekend about Elder Scrolls, and I was like, "So do you think our children will get to play Elder Scrolls 7?" Because
I mean,
I
I'm in DC. I could just go to Bethesda. I could just drive
oh
over
yeah,
there.
right, yeah.
Yeah, and
Knock on
see
the
what the
door.
deal
Hey,
is.
what's any update? You guys got any update?
Hey Todd, it's your boy. What's going on?
Because like to me, Skyrim's one of the best games I've ever played. I tried to jump back into Oblivion. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Really? I heard Oblivion is like a friend of mine recently told me that it's like Oblivion's just a notch above Skyrim. Like I heard it's got like weird spell crafting and like the storylines are a bit more fun. I heard the acting is more stilted, but in a way that's enjoyable. But I also haven't. Stas, I've only played Skyrim for like 2 hours, and I'm so
Bro,
sorry.
what?
I've played Skyrim for 2 hours of my life.
It's
Maybe
okay.
like four.
I've never seen the two the two. I've only seen the first Lord of the Rings, so uh,
Whoa!
we
Cool.
don't
Glad.
have the authority
Glad.
to say anything about well, because we were basically yeah. So I mean, I basically went from Witcher 3 to Cyberpunk to Red Dead 2 back to Cyberpunk,
Wow.
and I just like I know that the game had a lot of shit when it came out. It had a
Mhm.
lot of issues, but I feel like they polished it up and it was actually very enjoyable. And before we hopped on this call, I was finishing the last mission. Like I was actively like I do I'm sorry. I'm one of those people who starts a game and I never finish it.
Whoa! What are we talking about?
I just get like so wrapped up in the side quest that I don't want it to end. Like, you mean Pan Am's not going to hit me up anymore? Like, yeah.
Josh, do you think this has something to do with your fear of commitment? Should we really talk about why you're not finishing these games?
No,
Why we
anyway,
really? That's for the Patreon. Just kidding.
that's for the Patreon. Patreon, when we get to it, will start just being like you and me being therapists for each other.
Oh my god,
Uh,
great. That's perfect.
But what about you? What game stole your heart over the past couple months?
I think the same way you've been kind of locked in with like single player games. The games I've been playing are no ostensibly single player. You can play them multiplayer as well. But I've been in my deep in my roguelite bag. Cause for those who don't know, roguelite is like a game in which you do a run and then the run will end and you kind of start over from essentially nothing. You have scraps of progress, but essentially you are starting fresh. And I've been playing two of them really heavy, which is Absalom, which is this like beat 'em up roguelike game that's very like fantasy inspired, and it's a couch co-op game. So I've been having a bunch of guys over and we've been cracking some like beers and sodas and playing it. It's been so much fun. And Hades too. I went on a long
Ooh.
flight recently, and I was gonna sleep because it's a 17-hour flight, and I didn't sleep because I played 17 hours of Hades 2 on accident.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. I was sleep deprived for the first day, but everyone blamed it on jet lag, so we were all right. Yeah,
I I did not play Hades 2. I played Hades 1.
okay.
And I never beat it. Shocking. Uh
Oh,
I
yeah.
just a supporter of the YouTube gifted the game and I was like, this is actually a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
just
I bet.
it's for me it's the repetition. Like I'm also the type of person I have for a game to be really good
Mhm.
to me is my want to go through the story again. There
Oh.
are 3 games in my entire life that have ever got me to do that.
Drop it, drop it, drop it, drop it.
Batman, Arkham Knight, which
Arkham Knight.
yeah, the third one because
Yeah.
Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, incredible
Uh-huh.
games.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, great games.
Mhm.
Arkham City was incredible. I remember being a kid being like, "You get to be Batman in the
Yeah.
world? Like
You're
what the
legit
hell?"
Batman, it's crazy.
Like and then they dropped Arkham Knight and they were like, "You're getting the fucking Batmobile."
Get the
And it's sick.
"What are you doing?" "I'm evening the odds." When he calls in the
Oh my
Batmobile
god.
and the little button prompt comes up and he goes, "Even the odds?" And might be the best button prompt since press F to pay respects. It's incredible.
The villain, which we talked about before, which I got shit for on my TikTok,
Good.
Red Hood.
Mm.
Like, come on, come on. They
Good.
retold the story of Red
Vindicated
Hood,
by
which I thought
history.
was incredible. Yeah. The other one was the Shadow of War games,
Oh,
which
yeah. Lord of the Rings
takes
ones.
yeah, they're incredible.
Yeah.
But what the fuck is their face? Put the trademark on the Nemesis system so we can't,
Yeah, I was
you know.
thinking about that when you said that. It does leave a sour taste in my mouth whenever I think about how cool the Nemesis system is and how we will never ever get to see it in another game.
Just like sad. And then I'm trying to remember what the third game is. It'll come to me, but that's the replay. That's all that is to say. The
Absolutely.
game which gives me replayability, and I know the whole point of roguelites is replayability.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Then do I have a genre for you? Honestly,
Yeah, but yeah. So sorry, you were saying about your two. What
no, no,
captured? What was it?
I think it was it is they do such a beautiful blend of both character progression and skill progression. So if you are incredibly skilled at the beginning, you could beat the game right there. It would be a little more difficult, but you could do it. But you also make the game easier by unlocking different skills as you go. So it's such a strange thing because they're so intertwined as you move forward that once you reach a point where I beat the second boss. For some reason, you can beat the second boss over and over and over again. But you hit that wall on the third boss. And then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, I can beat this third boss over and over and over again." But I'm hitting a
Yeah.
wall on the fourth. And it feels so strange, the connection between the experience of my character gaining a skill as well as me gaining a skill, and how both of those are independent systems but are acting in conjunction with each other. I think it's like fascinating. Otherwise, I just like number going up, man. I like number going up and I can play a run in like 10, 15 minutes. So it's perfect.
Were you a Dark Souls guy or Elden Ring?
I liked Dark Souls as a kid, and I didn't play Elden Ring, but once again, our mutual friend has recently played Elden Ring, so I think I might get into it as well.
Yeah, I tried. I think I yeah, I tried. I just was. It was another game where I was like, oh, I have to commit hours to
Yeah,
this. Like sometimes
you
it's
have
just
to.
fun to play a game on the easiest difficulty and have
Yeah,
fun. You know?
sometimes you just want to catch a vibe. Uh,
Yeah.
my honorable mention for catch a vibe game, which I think about all the time, and every time I open up my PS5, I think about playing it, is Infamous Second Son. I think it's the best catch a vibe game of all time. That game kicks
Oh
so
my
much ass.
god. Was I just talking? No, I was talking to my friend about this. A guy I play Magic with. Infamous is one of the best. Naughty Dog
They
applaud.
cook.
They cooked. Infamous one.
I think, and I
Good.
hate to say it, I think you're thinking of Sucker Punch.
Is that who? Wait, it's not Naughty Dog.
I don't. Is it Naughty Dog or is it? Because I know Sucker Punch does Infamous and they do Ghost of Tsushima and Yotai. Naughty Dog does the Nathan Drake ones.
Oh yeah. Ooh, yikes. You're right. Sucker Punch.
This is also, Stosh, we are the same guy, 'cause do you know why I know that specific fact? Because
Why?
earlier this week, I said, "Man, Naughty Dog really popped off with those Infamous games." And I went, "Oh, no, it's Sucker Punch." So it's
Dude,
crazy
that
'cause that wasn't a conversation we had.
no, I was literally we were going to play Magic at my friend's house, and I asked him like, what's yours like about, and he was like, I really love the Infamous games, and I was like, shut the fuck up, I don't know anybody else who knows the Infamous games that like that,
Yeah, man.
and he was like, no, yeah, Infamous 2,
Mm,
that was like, oh, a game with a morality system,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
I and I always picked good guy because I was like, "I'm a hero, why wouldn't I pick good?"
Ooh,
Whoa!
I was slinging
I'm on the
fire.
podcast with a villain!
I played Grixis and Magic, bro.
I should have known, I should have known. Ugh.
um You know what was also gas? The DLC, when DLCs were good. The
Oh
DLC where you could be a full-blown vampire.
yeah, that was so crazy. Why was that?
Why did they do that? But it was awesome. It was
It was
genuinely the coolest
uh,
thing they did.
man, games kick ass. Ugh.
they That's so funny. Yes, I mean, okay, so another thing we have in common added to the list.
Yeah.
So what was the first? Absalom? That was the first one?
Absalom, which I really recommend people check out. I think both of these games I think are like 20 or 30 bucks at most. They're really fun. You can hop in and hop out. And also I love a good $30 or $20 game because I never feel like it's like, "Oh, all right, it wasn't for me, but like I'm glad I enjoyed that experience." Stuff like Dredge, stuff like what's that what's his name? Diver? Bob the Scuba Diver? Whatever that game's name is. Someone's gonna be able to know what I'm talking about. Please, please get
I
in the
was thinking
comments and
of
tell me.
I was thinking Scuba Steve. I was like, what?
But Steve, I don't. Unfortunately, there's no way of knowing, and no one on the internet knows.
Shit.
Mm,
Uh,
shit.
um,
It'd be a shame if someone came and told me what it was.
get in the comments.
Get in the comments.
Um, awesome. Okay. And Hades 2.
And Hades too.
That's your okay. So yeah, I feel like if you're going to buy a game, and we definitely are going to have an episode about this in the future,
Mhm.
you can find incredible games. I just downloaded. I've never played Final Fantasy. I downloaded
Really?
Final Fantasy 7 for like $20, the remake, because I
Yeah.
can't do the pixel, but I was like, if I play Sephiroth and Magic, I have to at least have played Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to start that.
I also
Um,
think I really recommend people to if you want, you can get one of those cheap handheld emulators, or you can just do it on your computer for free. Go back and play some of those classics because there's some really fun stuff that you just missed because you were a child with not like without infinite income and you had
yeah.
no way of knowing about cool games. So, you know, GBA has a lot of okay, stop.
Sorry.
Your spirit.
Part of me is like, fuck it. This is just nostalgic video game talk.
Yeah, drop it. Who cares? Who's gonna
I was
stop?
thinking,
No one's gonna come in and beat our asses. I know that for a
true. This
fact.
is our show. This is our show.
Yeah, fuck you.
I was thinking of Ratchet and Clank and Sly Cooper.
Mm, Sly Cooper,
Do you
Thieves
remember the
Raccoonus.
mission? Yeah. Oh my god. Do you remember the episode, or not the episode, the boss battle, the dog on the big biceps? What was
Oh
his
my,
name?
yeah, I don't know his name, but I remember. What the heck? Yeah, man. Yeah, I remember. Wait, we
Or
have to
the
keep going because we're gonna just talk nostalgically about video games for
Yeah,
an
you're
hour.
right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh,
You're right. Okay.
big.
All right. What book brought you joy
Okay,
in the last
great.
few months?
There's two books really that brought me a lot of joy recently. I finally got around to reading, and I don't know if you've read it yet. Mistborn, the Brandon
Mm,
Sanderson. It
no.
is
It's been recommended to me twice now.
It's so good. And it's such a cliche to be like, wow, Brandon Sanderson, this little known writer really, he might be the next step. Of course, Brandon Sanderson's incredible. Everyone knows he's incredible. He pumps out a billion books, but holy moly, just like fun magic systems with hard magic and really cool character interactions, and they really make you feel like you're in this world. And like, I'm always going to be on the side of like burning down an aristocracy and like toppling a monarchy or whatever, and it's just a action-packed thrill ride. Also read a book, I believe it's called Life After Cars, and it's just fun to, like, think about. This one's very different. This is just talks about, like, you know, how the systems of driving really affect us, and what a carless world could look like, and how we can make that, like, legitimately happen, and I think it's really fascinating. I've lived in the DC area, well, I guess my entire life. I moved away, for schools and blah blah blah. But I'm a DC guy at heart, and in the DC area, we are so dependent on the metro and the bus system that
Mhm.
I haven't driven my car in like 2 or 3 weeks, because why would I? And seeing a world in which that is viable all over the country and all over the world is such a beautiful idea, and I think it's fascinating. I freaking love it. I could talk about that all day. What about you? What have you been reading?
I became obsessed with the Red Rising series.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Martians.
what?
Is Red Rising not about Mars rebellion? That
No,
am I?
yeah, I mean it's about yeah. Red Rising follows the story of a boy who grew up, and this is like 4 chapters into the book, so I'm not spoiling anything. It's about a guy who lives like in the subterranean world on Mars, only to find out that like people have habitated. Yeah, that's right. People lived on Mars for a long time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it's so good. It's just, I mean, the ninth book, I believe, comes out this year. And I know that it sounds like a lot, but they're so good. They're so good. Like the storytelling. Like if you like the Hunger Games, but like space opera, this game makes the Hunger Games look like baby talk.
I want to get into a space opera so bad. That sounds so much fun.
Dude, I am telling you, Red Rising, I like took a break after the third book, but the fourth one like changes perspective. Oh my god, it's just so good. It's so good. I cannot
Okay.
recommend it enough. And the second one, I've talked about it before. I love a heist book. Like love
Yes.
a
Yes.
book with heist. Crooked Kingdom, which I believe is part of another universe called like something Bones. It's got Bones in the title. I'm not a book nerd like that.
Yeah.
Crooked
Yeah. Is it
the
like
the
Smoke and Bones or Shadow and Bone or something like that?
it's something like that. The first book is called Six of Crows.
Got you.
One of the I based an entire D&D one shot off of that book
Oh yeah.
because it follows um the main character is basically just like a young whippersnapper type of guy, always trying to
Yeah,
figure out
sure.
his next move and make a
Mhm.
name for himself. And then the second book, which I did not realize was out because I thought it was a standalone, I read and I genuinely had like tears coming down my eyes. And I
Oh
actually,
wow.
while I just looked up when I looked it up, the third one comes out at the end of June. So it
Oh.
looks like your boy's gonna have a little reading to do on the plane when we go to Peru.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be a big month for that, huh?
I'm excited. I'm so excited. Those two books, if you like heist, set in like sort of fantasy, but
Mhm.
sort of like alternate fantasy, so good. Cannot recommend it enough.
And if you, much like Stosh, are looking to run a heist themed D&D session, look up Keys to the Golden Vault. You're welcome. It's a
Yeah.
D&D source book all about heists, and it's
Ah, it's
really
so
good.
good.
Okay,
All right.
what about shows? Let's keep going down the list. Just talk about stuff.
This one was tough because I feel like I've been watching a lot of TV. I'm watching The Sopranos for the first time currently, and
Mhm.
I've somehow my entire life have avoided all spoilers.
Really?
So nobody say anything because I genuinely don't want to know. I will
Okay.
tell you that it's not a good show to watch when you want to feel good. Uh,
Well, do we have Prozac for that? We're you bada bing, baby.
I love that. But the show that really surprised me with how good it was, The Penguin on
Oh,
HBO.
yeah.
Colin Farrell. That's the only person I can name from that show.
Her name escapes me as well, but I've known her from many a thing, and she's one of those actresses who is constantly good whenever she shows up. And I believe she plays Sophia, and I don't want to say her last name.
Falcone.
Okay, cool. Because here's the thing. Am I misremembering that there's like a big twist or what
Oh,
have?
okay, yeah. I guess we don't want to spoil it, but like she plays Sophia Falcone, who eventually turns into something
Okay,
else.
sorry. So I on accident spoiled it.
Yeah, Kristen Milioti. Yeah,
Yes,
she's
she
really
I've seen her
good.
do a lot of comedy stuff, and I've seen her do like she's great in Palm Springs, which is a both a
Love that show.
rom-com.
Love that
Yeah,
movie.
it's really good. Obviously she was on 30 Rock for like an episode. She was really good in How I Met Your Mother as the mother. A lot of great stuff.
Was she not in The Wolf of Wall Street? Was she Leonardo DiCaprio's first wife?
I do not remember The Wolf of Wall Street that
Well,
well.
now I got to look it up.
You know, I can imagine. I'd believe it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's when he's like trying to make a name for himself. He's
Got
his
you,
first
got
wife.
you.
Regardless, she's an incredible actress. That was
Oh
What
yeah.
about you? What show got you going this year?
I have been obsessed with a show this year, Stosh. I
What?
believe is it A Night of the Seven Kingdoms? I
Dude, I've
cannot
heard so much about it.
I can't I have seen 0 Game of Thrones. I've seen none of it. I've like never been really moved to, but then I was like, I don't know. They said it's a smaller scale show. Give it a watch, and I gave it a watch, and it kicks so much ass. I anytime I've been down this like for the last like week or two, I'll just go, are there no true knights among you? And I'm like, there is. There is, Dunk.
They're
There's a true
me.
knight right here. Ah! And it's so good.
Aren't they like 30-minute episodes or something like that?
They're like 30-minute episodes. Yeah, might be 40, might be 30. The problem is when you're sitting down and watching them, you just get caught in. Like I couldn't even tell you. It could be an hour, it could be 15 minutes. I couldn't tell you
Yeah.
because I'm sitting down and I'm like, I wonder how the boys are gonna get out of this one. This seems and each character is so engaging and the dialogue and the ethos is something you can just get behind. And I think a lot of Game of Thrones always came like I weirdly enough, I watched a little bit of Game of Thrones when I was growing up when it first came out. And my family would sit around, we would watch it together, and we would always be like, "Man, this shit is crazy." Because we watched
Yeah.
like we're not, we're used to watching weird stuff together. We used to watch Misfits, which is a show about UK chavs who get superpowers. And it's also like very grungy.
Okay, Chavs. Okay.
Yeah, they like you. If you haven't seen Misfits, watch Misfits. It's good until it's bad, um, but it's fun. Yeah,
Okay.
no, but A Night of Seven Kingdoms is so good, and it makes you feel good. It makes you feel good about like this is gonna sound crazy, and because first of all, because you never want to say these words while a podcast mic is in your face, but it makes you feel good about being a man. It makes you it's just like a positive like wow, you could really just stand up for what's right and you could be that guy. Nothing can stop you. If you are doing good, everything's on your side. And even when shit is really not on your side, stick to it. Be good. It
You
feels
got your
great.
morals. You got your morals. Yeah.
Oh, you have your in the name of the mother. I call you to and I'm like, "Yes, please." No, but it's great. What about just the penguin or anything else we got?
Yeah, like it was The Sopranos, The Penguin. We
Oh yeah, this
watched
as well.
Fallout.
Oh, how was
Um,
Fallout? I didn't get the chance to see it.
I liked Fallout. I
Okay.
think
Mm.
people like the discourse online was like that people are like, oh, they're making shit canon. Guess what? You don't have to believe them. That's the good thing about having
Yeah.
free will. You can
None
just
of none
choose.
of none of it's real, man. None of
Yeah,
it's
right.
real.
Also, if you've played the game and it went exactly that way, like what I did like, so
Mhm.
Emma and I watched it together. It was very much I understood it on a different level because I played the games. She understood it just as like a story, which I was
Yeah.
like, that's what you're supposed to do. That is what you're supposed to um why like especially video game shows, right? Like the way they try to cram video game movies and they're like terrible. Um yeah, I also we watched because you started talked about the man thing. We watched the documentary last night, which was Louis Theroux's Inside the Manosphere.
Yeah, yeah.
Holy shit! if you subscribe to like manosphere politics or like actions, you are a fucking loser. Like you are
Yeah.
actually like
It sucks if you are.
it's like watching these guys be like, I genuinely like maybe this, I don't know, I don't want to like sound like, oh, I'm high and mighty because I think like women should have equal rights. It's
Yeah.
just genuinely like, oh, basic beliefs and basic morals don't apply to these guys because they're stuck in this fucking cyber world where being the most cringe and being the most ridiculous
Mhm.
gets them money. Like it's so fucking cringe. I couldn't believe we were watching. I was recoiling in my chair,
Yeah.
being like, "It's not that you're a man who believes in traditional values. It's that you're a fucking loser." Like it genuinely.
They really are. That whole corner of the internet like really is preying on the not the weakest, yeah, the weakest people who are like feeling incredibly insecure. And the reason you're feeling incredibly insecure is not because of women, it's because of the system that is designed to make you feel incredibly and you're not owed anything from anyone, especially not from a lady who's minding her business. Just let her do whatever. It's got nothing to do with you, Mike.
It was like genuinely the way, like they followed two like random guys, just two
Mhm.
normal dudes like me and you who subscribe to that type of content,
So
and
not like
the
me and
way
you.
no, sorry, yeah, sorry. Two normal guys who are like, they're like, he's like, why do you like this type of stuff? And they're like, it's just, nobody's gonna hand you anything. Nobody, you got to make your own case for the world, and you got to. It's like, brother, let me pause you right there. Who do you think built that world?
Yeah.
Like, man,
Yeah.
like,
The I the patriarchy is not rule by men, it's rule by fathers, and you will never be a father. You will never have the things that required you to be classified as one of the ruling class, and you need to understand that. You need to stop being subjugated. Stop licking the boot! But that
literally, pull yourself up, brother.
pull yourself up!
And the way that
Uh,
these guys profit off of like, well, if I just follow his day trading instructions, surely I'll be a millionaire. And it's like, I don't know. Maybe we should just bring back like split the country in half. You get one side, I get the other, and all the dumb people will see how long they survive, you know?
yeah, it's real sad because real vulnerable people get caught in this stuff, and then they make terrible decisions because of it. Like oh my goodness, I have a cousin who recently went to the army, and I was like, I felt so bad personally because I was like, he was lost, and we didn't do enough to help him, and now he's you know not a great time to join the army. What a crazy
Yeah.
timing choice.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
we'll do a whole nother episode on it. That was my little rant about that.
Yeah,
I did
sorry,
want to give
sorry.
a couple on it's crazy to follow that up with this statement. A little honorable mention for the movies. K-pop Demon Hunter was insane. K-pop Demon Hunter was incredible.
Hey, you
I'm
know what?
glad that it
That
won
that
Best
movie
Animated.
really breaks down, shows some women being strong.
Hell
Al
yeah. Hell yeah.
also,
And I'm getting
Audrey
that
Luna.
secret layer. I'm getting that secret layer when it comes out.
You've been pushing this secret, and I know it's coming, and I know it will come eventually, but you've been pushing this K-pop Demon Hunter secret layer agenda for months. Like, you literally, the second text about Magic was, "I'm so excited for the K-pop Demon Hunter secret layer."
It was so good. It's gonna be so
Oh
good.
my goodness, it is good.
Also, Superman. We didn't even mention Superman.
Oh, oh, yes,
First of
I
all,
love to.
David Cornsweat. Shout out Philadelphia. David Cornsweat might be the hottest man ever.
He's so hot. He's like it's unfeasible how attractive that man is. And it's actually like it's beautiful to think about. Oh my goodness. I have
Him
a
and GQ, like him and with his GQ, I was like,
with the stubble and the stash, he was looking crazy.
yeah. And that's not even to say that was the best, in my opinion. I'm curious
Mhm.
your thoughts. That was the best portrayal of what I believe comic book Superman to be on the screen.
I
I've forgiven James Gunn's tweets. Sorry. Yeah.
I do agree. Not about the tweets. I don't give. I don't think I give a shit about the tweets. I don't know, man. I don't remember what the tweets were. But I agree. It is such a good Superman portrayal. It's so like gas. It's very when I my two favorite Superman comics are I think it's Superman Up in the Sky where he flies like across the universe to save one little girl because that's just what Superman does. And Superman American Alien, which talks about him like growing up and being like a he is think about I know a lot of people who are immigrants will understand this, but like a lot of people, even though we have those connections to our homelands and what have you, we still are connected to America. We are Americans. You know, and it is really fascinating to be like, no, you're an alien, and he's like, I've lived in Kansas my whole life. What the fuck? I'm just
Genuinely, it was so fucking timely. It's like,
yeah,
oh my
it's so good.
god.
Also,
Not
James
in
Gunn being like, "It's not Israel, trust me." I'm like, "All right,
yeah, yeah,
James."
yeah. He's like, it's the other country committing genocide. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I yeah, that was probably like that was a highlight of the summer for me. And
Oh,
people who were like, I didn't that I will be honest, I tried to watch it on the plane to like Denver a few months after I saw it, and I was like, I think I need more time in between these movies because also as we know, the DC universe flop after flop.
mhm.
It's nice to just like soak in that like there was a good one,
Yeah,
like
yeah, banger.
phew.
Oh.
And oh, complete side note: did you watch the trailer for the new Spider-Man movie?
Yes, I watched the Spider-Man is finally just like me again. He's finally not over his ex, and he's finally broke as hell. That's what I want Spider-Man to be. He just like me for real. I'm like, yes,
That
go.
trailer looked incredible. I
Yeah, it
was
looks really
like,
fun.
oh, we're bringing it back to the friendly neighborhood,
Mhm.
right? Like Spider-Man 1, you know, not really, like it was just a villain who had some good technology. Spider-Man 2, okay, he's fighting Mysterio who's like they teased a little bit of the multiverse stuff, and then he was like, and now he's fighting a celestial titan on another planet.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now they're like, and this there's this one, he's just trying to hit up his girl, you know what I mean?
He's so real for that.
So
Also,
yeah.
his stuff
Oh,
looks so good. Oh my goodness, the red and blue. It's crazy that I'm like so excited to see Spider-Man in a red and blue suit, but he finally looks like Spider-Man. I feel like all the other suits were nice, they were fine, but this one is really Spider-Man-y, and I don't know how to say that other than the words I just said.
to wrap up movies, I've got a couple suggestions.
Ooh,
Roofman. If anybody has not seen Roofman, about starring Channing Tatum, that was
yeah,
incredible. Really liked that movie. And No Other Choice, which obviously.
that was gonna be my suggestion. You've
Oh,
stolen
really?
from me.
That movie was incredible. I really like that movie.
Yeah, yeah. I watched all the Lord of the Rings movies for the first time, and apparently they're good, and they are good. They're gas. They're really, really good. I sat down to watch one because I got off work early, and then I canceled my plans because I'm always double booked. So I canceled two different plans to be in my apartment alone watching Lord of the Rings. So
That's
if you haven't seen those
we
somehow, give them a watch. They're fun.
we watched this. We are the same person because I
Mhm.
also a few weeks ago just sat down and said, all right, I'm just gonna watch the first one.
Yeah,
All right.
it's
This question this was difficult because I feel like this is like a near impossible question to ask because I've been getting a lot of last meal, like mythical kitchen last meal
Mhm.
stuff. We saw
Same.
Matthew Lillard, we saw Brendan Lee Mulligan, so I was curious, instead of just going over what favorite meal you have, let's say Jonas Clark, your time has come.
Oh,
What four dishes do you need in front of you?
oh, okay. Great question. And I have the answer right here in my heart. I will not think about it at all. I will just speak. Near Howard University's campus, there used to be a restaurant called Food Corner that was a Middle Eastern food. And they served what I believe to be the most delicious gyro that has ever existed on the planet. And they double fried their fries in a way that couldn't have been good for my health, but was good for my stomach.
But it
And
didn't
so
matter.
it did not matter. Anytime I was depressed my freshman year, which was a lot, it was I got one of those, and so I would get that. I would get what else I would want is I would want my grandmother. She makes this thing called subhi, which is like an Ethiopian stew. So I would want the stew with some injera, and I would eat that. So that Umi Japanese, which is another restaurant in DC, does this incredible Superman roll, which I don't really eat shrimp or shellfish, so I don't haven't had that in like many years. But I would devour that because that goes so hard. And for the
Yeah.
fourth and final thing, I would give me. Ooh, okay, sorry. Can I get a drink as well?
Sure, sure. Yeah,
Give
the
me
meal
Bal-
comes with a drink.
Thank you, thank you. Drive me to Baltimore so I can get an Orange Crush, one of the large ones from Pickles Pub. It is a drink that tastes like the soda Orange Crush, but it is actually filled with the most alcohol we could legally fill it with. Uh, and lastly, give me Ben and Jerry's half baked. That would be it. That's how I would love to go out. What about you?
Okay.
Also,
That's
I
I
did not know
like
that question was coming. I just cooked that off the dome.
that was off
So
the
if
top.
he
Yeah.
doesn't answer quickly, we have a problem.
All right, I'll go home cooked first would be my favorite food in the entire world, a chicken cutlet. Just
Ooh.
chicken cutlet with Bob Evans mashed potatoes
Aw.
and a side of like honestly steamed broccoli with like butter. That's like or
There's no
sorry.
sauce. He didn't have a sauce in there ever.
I mean, it depends on what's in the fridge. Like, I really just sometimes I just fuck with Ray's honey barbecue or Ray's barbecue sauce.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
um, I'm taking a cheesesteak because I have to.
absolutely.
Being from the city of Philadelphia, I'm
What's
going
the what
specifically,
is Okay, thank you. Yeah, yeah, hit me.
yeah, specifically from Lorenzo's Ninth and Christian. For my money, has the best cheesesteak in the city.
What's your cheesesteak order?
Mayo fried onions,
Mm,
and if I'm feeling it, I get a little bit of banana pepper, maybe some
okay.
mushrooms. I really got to
Okay.
be hungry for it. I
Okay.
really got to be hungry for it. Third thing, in a little corner of Scranton, Pennsylvania, there is a Thai food place called Thai Rack Thai. Their drunken noodle is hands down the best drunken noodle I've ever had in my entire life. And yes, I am dead serious.
I can't believe the best drunken noodle is in Scranton, Pennsylvania. I have to challenge my biases. I think I'm gonna have to go to Scranton, Pennsylvania, and try this shit
Should we
out.
start vlogging? Should we start vlogging tattoo and we'll just take a trip up there? Dude, I'm telling you, I met somebody from who lived in the area because I had gone to the U and I was like, do you know Tyrak Thai? And he was like, fucking love Tyrak. I haven't had Tyrak. I haven't had Thai food as good since moving out of there. And I was like, thank you. You see me. I feel seen.
What are they doing over at Tyrak Thai? What's happening over there?
And for dessert, honestly, it could
Mhm.
come from anywhere. I love a macaroon. Sorry,
Mm,
macaron. I love
macaron.
the French version with that cream. I could eat probably 1,000 of them. They're delicious.
That sounds really
That's
good.
sort of like the four. I'm sure. Like I'm not a picky eater by any means. I could probably put away most food.
Mhm.
But if I'm like shit, those three. Also, I love crabs. I grew up with a family that ate seafood,
Nice.
but I like to work for it. Like I like to de-shell a crab.
Yeah, you need to get the soft shell. I had a soft shell crab for the first time, and I was like, what is happening?" You need to like get in there. That's what
Yeah,
feels good.
for peanut size
Yeah,
pieces of
yeah.
meat. Yeah, and then you eat
Uh,
100, and you're like, I'm still hungry.
yeah. Oh my goodness.
All
I
right.
will also put some honorable mentions. For desserts, two things came to mind. Um, I I like cooking, whatever. The recipe I think I'm the most confident at, and the recipe I love more than anything is bread pudding. I love making bread pudding. I
Mm.
think I used to eat it all the time when I was in high school. I worked in the cafeteria, and now I am a man, and I still love it. Um, and my friend Taylor, she is such a sweetie pie. Every year she makes everyone needs a friend like this. Every year she makes all of our birthday cakes. I don't know why she's I mean, come on, she's an angel in human form. But she made there's this Milk Bar is this like it's a chain whatever, and they do like a confetti cake. But
Yeah.
Taylor's version of that cake, maybe it's because I know it's homemade, and maybe because it is love in it. It hits so much better. She gets so mad because I've requested that cake as my birthday cake every year. And she's like, it's not exciting to make. It's not. And I'm like, no, but that's the one I want. And it's so good.
Yeah. And
Ugh.
you know someone as good as I, because I've experienced
Mhm.
Taylor's cooking as well.
Yeah.
Um, incredible.
Oh.
This is why we need to commune live, and everybody has their job.
No, shut the mic. Because if they hear you, my friends have been trying to get me to move on to a commune, and my black ass is never gonna be out on a commune with all them white people. I know how that goes down. I've seen the news articles. Because this is what's gonna happen. Everyone's gonna die, and they're gonna get all cute photos of them hiking, and they're gonna cut me out of the hiking photos, and they're gonna put me in like 8th grade playing basketball in a wife beater, and I'm gonna be like, that's crazy. And I'm not letting that shit happen to me. And then they're gonna be at barbershops talking about, man, why did he even go over there? And I'm not letting that slide. I'm not letting that. That's not going down.
I'm gonna midsummer you.
No, flower crown.
Okay, so you're opposed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sorry.
go. I'm gonna go pro on that.
All right,
We could
well,
be
fair enough.
the night's entertainment.
Are both canceled out? Yeah, I guess so.
All right,
Okay.
what is your favorite way to spend the time?
I've been
Actually, you know what? Let me
Mm.
pause on that because I feel like that's going to lead us to the back half, even though we've already got 46 minutes worth of discussion here.
That's crazy.
What is your favorite thing to hate on?
Oh, my favorite thing. I've been hating on something new a lot. And I've been hating on my coworkers a lot recently.
Oh,
And
do they listen to the show?
I've been hating on my old coworkers a lot recently.
Oh, okay.
And they're very nice people. This is fucked up because what if they do listen? Oh no.
Yeah, they're just like, I'm trying to support my coworker, Jonas.
Yeah, they see it on my Instagram. No, man, I can't lie. Sometimes I'll have to explain things to them and I'll be so tired. Like, man, Control S is save. Control V is
Yeah.
paste. And I can't keep working like this.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not 'cause I love my job, but my new favorite thing to hate on is whenever I see my coworker do something annoying, I'll just write it down. And so I have a fun little notes app, and that's my new little
Wow, you're keeping actual notes on what
yeah,
do.
because it sucks because I'm like, hey man, this would be a 10 out of 10 situation. Because I have my own office, so they'll knock on the door to my office. I'll be listening to music. And they'll come in and they'll be like, hey, quick question. And I'll be like, what? They'll be like, I've been trying to send this email. And I'm like, what do you mean? And they'll be like, how do I send it? And I'm going, hit send. I'm losing my mind.
That's the thing. Like you try to explain something to like maybe like an older person using, and it's like computers have been around for a minute, and
Yeah.
yes, they are better and they look a little different, but the process is still the same.
It's not.
But
It's also like I get we take it for granted because we've like have had it our entire lives, but also just fucking you could figure this out.
See, but I'm never gonna be caught lacking because I grew up with it. I will always be able to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not gonna be the guy they're like, Grandpa, flick your wrist. You know, I'm gonna know because it's ingrained in me how to pick up new technology.
You think that right now, but just wait till your son's like hollow jacket, and I'm like, what are you saying, son? Zip
Put
the
that
swoop.
thing on. Yeah. Well, speaking of technology, my favorite thing to hate on, and I will die on this hill, is AI.
Yeah.
I hate it. I think it is not good. I think everything that's being pushed about it is terrible. I think the study that came out when they were like, using ChatGPT makes you dumber. It's like, no fucking shit. If you can't think for yourself, then you are the equivalent of a monkey. Like,
We are outsourcing so much of our thinking. We are not. Shout out
we're
us.
not.
But as a race, we are outsourcing so much of our thinking for no reason.
There's a I believe a documentary coming out at the end of March called AI How I Became like an Apocalyptom optimist or something like that. How I
Oh,
became
okay.
basically an optimist in the face of AI.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I have to watch it because if this guy can interview people who actually work in the space who are sitting there being like, yeah, I don't think my kids are going to make it to high school.
Yeah.
And he can still feel optimistic, then I'm like, all right, then I think I have to watch it for my own goddamn sanity
Yeah.
because fucking you like Sam Altman and out here who are just like feeding the machine of whatever it is they pretend to be doing while
He's a lizard man.
they like a part of me is like not the tinfoil hat, but like, are you from here? Are you a human or are you genuinely just a fucking piece of shit?
Sometimes people are just bad people. And I think everyone has within them the power to do great good or great evil, and it's about cultivating the goodness within us. But holy shit, it's hard to see it with some of these people. Why? Why?
Yeah.
Have you seen the way he talks about like sometimes I'll just let ChatGPT raise my kid? And I'm like, no, no, that's a fundamental human experience.
Yeah,
Can't
and then
do
it's like, and when
that.
your kid kills somebody later in life, maybe you'll be able to look back and be like, was I there? Yeah.
Do not worry. When his kid kills one of us, that kid is not going to jail. Trust me.
Yeah.
They'll be just fine. They'll be rich enough that it's not going to be a problem.
Yeah. And then, I guess following up, like, what's one thing we could bring back? I don't know, executing billionaires in the street? Like,
My pick is Sly Cooper. That's the one. Both of those equally passionate for me. Eating the rich and Sly Cooper.
fucking. Oh, that's incredible.
Uh,
All right. So we've got a few minutes left in the episode. Maybe
yeah,
we'll
yeah.
save it for another, but we'll tease it here.
Absolutely.
The last thing we talked about was favorite thing to pass the time. Dude,
Mhm.
I love Magic the Gathering. I love it.
It's kind of cool.
It's obviously the podcast is named after it. You and I bond over it. It's just, first of all, it's so nice to do a social thing that is not with your phone, but is completely tactile and forces you to read. And sometimes you listen to someone read and you go, oh, you don't know how to read. Um, but the just the sheer like joy that I was like, oh, I'm feeling again how I did as a kid when I found and discovered a new hobby that made me feel happy. And I don't know what it is about the stupid little fucking piece of cardboard that sometimes costs way too much money, but it is.
Yeah, I think there's so many Magic the Gathering is so I think what pushes it ahead of a lot of other card games for me because I've tried maybe one or two and never really got any interest in any of them, but the interaction, the ability to have so many decision points, and it is not I turn my brain off during your turn because it doesn't really matter what happens on your I just have to play my turn well. It is I have a card in my hand that can help me jump in at any point of your turn, and these interactions are incredibly important. Doing things at quote unquote instant speed is so cool. The stack is so cool. The art on
Yeah.
the cards, the lore, the way you get to personalize your deck and that your deck doesn't look like anyone else's deck. There's probably hundreds of thousands of people running like different decks and yours can be just yours. There's like no one's running this collection of lands and creatures and instants. This one's all me, and that is so sick. Oh my goodness. And like what it like different play styles, how they interact with each other, and like it's socializing and making new friends and looking at pretty art. It's all so sick. Oh.
That's probably a good place to end there. Just a
Hmm.
little shoot the shit session.
Yeah,
Every
this
other
was really
podcast
fun.
gets to do it. Why don't we take a night off and just
Mhm.
hang out and talk to my good friend Jonas?
Absolutely. This was I loved this. I enjoyed this. I love the research, but I also getting to hang out and talk about things we're really passionate about and maybe shining a light on some stuff that audience might enjoy getting into themselves.
Yeah. Uh, Let us know your favorite game, book, show, movie,
Yeah,
last meal, things
yeah.
you want to hate on.
If you don't feel like you need to do every one of them, but if there's one of them that you're like, I know exactly what my answer for this would be. Hop in. I always love it whenever I'm reading. It gets me jazzed up.
Hell yeah. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next one.
All right. Tap two, tapping out.